Welcome to Heal Yourself Holistic, a place for you to find helpful answers and solutions to your health issues. Dennis Fitch is a doctor of naturology, a board-certified member of the American Alternative Medical Association, and Dennis is also a member of the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. He is certified as a holistic health practitioner. He is here to help you help yourself to terrific health. And now, here is your host, Dr. Dennis Fitch.
Hi, this is Dr. Fitch. Today I want to talk a little bit about chronic health and chronic disease and understanding the principles of why we have it and how to maybe prevent some of these problems naturally. If we take one of the most common foods that we eat, carbohydrates, there's both a simple and a complex carbohydrate. If you primarily eat complex carbohydrates, your health is going to be pretty good. If you eat mostly simple carbohydrates, your health is not going to be that good, and that's pretty simple. Simple carbohydrates are your fats and your sugars. Anything that has sugar in it affects the pancreas, and the pancreas, if you're taking too many fats and sugar foods in the simple carbohydrates, your insulin has to increase to digest those sugars. So as you increase the insulin over a long period of time, the pancreas becomes weaker and weaker and becomes abused. And then the pancreas starts slowing down and doesn't work. So what do we have to do? We have to add insulin. And a lot of times this is when you start talking about a disease such as diabetes. So a simple way to prevent that would be stay with the complex carbohydrates and not eat so many starches, sugary foods, and really work on our cravings, which is by far probably one of the hardest things for most people to do. And it's also a lot of times when we take proteins, especially meat proteins. Meat proteins take us down that path towards chronic disease. To digest the proteins, we have a product called pancreatic enzyme excretion. So we demand the enzymes out of our pancreas to break down these meat proteins, and by doing that, we weaken the pancreas's ability to produce more enzymes. And what does that lead to? Well, the enzymes in the pancreas are used to protect us from cancer. So our immune system becomes weaker. Without these enzymes, we have a tendency to open up our system towards cancerous type situations. And then that in turn, we start to demand other energy to help protect us from the cancer, and we weaken our adrenal glands. We start demanding energy from the adrenal glands, and then what are we? We're weak, we're tired, we're bloated, we feel depressed, we can't do things, we're not digesting foods properly. And now we're on this downward spiral slope, so to speak, where we've either got pre-cancer situation, pre-diabetes, or full-blown diabetes in times. So think about this, when you take in lots of fats and sugars, you're going to have sticky red blood cells. The fats and the sugars coat the red blood cells that are supposed to flow so easily. So then they start sticking and they create plaque in the blood vessels. And if we have sticky red blood cells that start sticking together a lot, they set up a wall, and then we have cardiac disease, we have heart attacks, things like that occur in the heart. So chronic health and disease can be prevented probably 90% of the time just by the foods that we eat, and you can reduce what you have now just by changing your dietary habits. So complex carbohydrates, and you've all heard this before, lots of fruits, lots of vegetables, kind of go low on the heavy meats, and all sugars, sugar. So Splenda, NutraSweet, regular sugar, those are all sugars. They respond the same way in the body. The people that are telling you they don't are marketing companies for the people that are trying to sell it. So knock off the sugar, lower the amounts of meat that you take in, and you'll be doing fine. And after, over a few months, if you do have a chronic health problem, you'll start to see it recede. Thanks a lot.